don't want you.
I want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich.
This is my home. They're gonna need a wrecking ball to take me out of here.
Good timing, everybody. Whether it's morning, evening, or anywhere in between, welcome to unRekt Traders. Today we're taking a look at Bitcoin, currently on the monthly using the machine. And we do have a nice new monthly, pushing a double top from the previous month to the all-time high. Currently sitting at the resistive mark. However, we do have that 3.2 sitting above us, sitting at that 103,000 level. And then more or less support sitting, really support at 60,000, 61,000, and then our target and support at 49,200. So what we could see this month is a possibility that we do take out the double top here, create a new all-time high, take out some of that liquidity before coming back down. Now they're taking out liquidity on this month or the previous month here at 49.4. Now that is still our current target with the 20 coming in. Now it did try to break free, and now the 10 is also somewhat high, so we could see that pullback now where it wants to come to support. Now this will be the main support anyway at 61,500 because the 50 aqua is well above on the quasi here. So because it is at 144, that will act support other than by wick. And we can see, as this 50 came out, went into trend, we had that push up. We also haven't come back down below that 50 other than by wick because this has been above. Now when we were sitting here, there was that possibility that we would come down, but we did get the mean reversion on the 10, and now we've been kind of moving up, trying to take out the all-time high. So we do have that double top, so there's double liquidity there. And like I said earlier, the possibility is we kind of push up, we break free, take the all-time high, take liquidity, and then either we continue to surge and push our way up into this 3.2, which is pretty high at 100,000. There will be other 3.2s that are a little bit lower as we go down the time frames. But more or less, if we do push above, then there isn't really anything above us, obviously, until we get to the 3.2 resistance, and then pretty much no matter what, we'd falter out a little bit and have a pullback before either continuation or complete drop down, take out lower liquidity. So like I said, there is that possibility that we do just take out liquidity, or we don't even take out the all-time high and we take out the liquidity down here on this monthly or the previous one. Now coming into the weekly, on the weekly itself, we do have that 3.2 sitting at the 77,000. The 50 aqua is acting as resistance, as it should, because we kind of came back down. We got our mean reversion on the 50 perfectly, and then we pushed back up, and we are currently hitting resistance on that 50. And if we look at the quasi here, the 50 is just below the 100, so it is a decent resistance. It's not the strongest, but it is there. We don't have any targets to the downward direction. We are bullish on the pattern itself, so there is that possibility that we do break the all-time high, come to the 77, and then decide, same as the monthly, do we continue forward or pull back, take out liquidity either at the 58,000, 52, or even 49.8. 3-day mean reversion, more or less kind of sitting on support for most of these other than the 50. So the 50 itself, well, I guess the 20 is not too bad. The 50 itself is the main resistance, sitting at 68,200. So we did kind of come down with that wick coming into it. And then we'll see if we can continue to push down. But as of right now, we are bullish, looking at a little bit of a retracement. And then we'll see if we do get a mean reversion, even the 10 is still above it. Odds are that 10 will come down. Price will want to come to the 200. So 50 will hold the body, and the 200 wick to the 200, and then we'll see if we continue to that downward direction to the 50, or do we push above and take out liquidity above. All right, coming into the daily. On the daily, we have a possible target below us. We more or less kind of hit it. Again, 200 support, and if we look at the quasi here, we do have the mean reversion on the 10, which we got. The 20 started to begin, but we pushed back out. It's acting as a weak resistance as of right now. Now, if we do push above one more time, then we do have the possibility coming to that 75,200. taking out liquidity, and then decide, do we continue up or come down? And the extreme move to the bear side would be the 3.2 here, sitting at 61,200. And that would kind of fill in this imbalance candle and this guy here too, for the most part. So, and again, we have a nice imbalance candle here from 63.5 up to 64.7. Yeah. And then we also have a double bottom here for liquidity to the downward direction as well. So, but looking at the daily, more or less bullish. We have a mean reversion on the 10 already. 20 is trying to break free. And then for the most part, you know, we have a ton of support sitting in this area all the way to the 100, 67.7. So, you know, we are kind of in a bullish pattern, obviously. And then we'll see if we can take that all-time high to the 75,200. 4 hour as of right now looks like we're just going to kind of push up into the possible target here, up to the aqua 50 for the most part, basically fill in this imbalance candle, and then from there we'll decide, do we take liquidity the upward direction, or do we break the low? If we break the low, then odds are we'll take it liquidity at 65.6 and then 65,000 area. And then depending on how it breaks this low will also determine the strength of the move. If we have a nice downward candle here breaking structure, then odds are we would come down and kind of test these lower levels to the 200, or kind of in where the 3.2 is at 67.8, and then try to push higher, or collapse and we go bearish and then we start taking our liquidity again to the downward direction. And again, like I said, 65.5, 65, and then 62. Coming into the Nexus, we do have a new monthly open, which gives us a new monthly Nexus. So if we bring up the monthly here, so just a quick look. We came down, we tagged the weekly almost to the pivot, and then from there, obviously our bullish move, taking it the previous month high or previous week high and weekly R1. And then we come to a smaller time frame for the monthly because it's new. And I'm going to get rid of the weekly just so it doesn't get rid of some of these lines. So the daily itself, we just tagged that naked target perfectly. That's exactly where we're at. Again, we have a little bit of an imbalanced candle here. And so we just tagged that. Let me bring that daily back up because we just literally tagged that daily perfectly. And then we'll see if we can break above. If we break above this daily at 71.13, then we will come up to the previous daily, try to get to that previous day high, 72.6, and then from there push above. And then obviously our previous month high, which is our almost, well, created our double top, is at 73.6, and then we'll see if monthly wants to take that out, coming to the daily R2, daily R3, or the, where's the monthly R1? So sitting at the daily R4. Again, we did have a naked monthly, just tagged the top of the range, so we can classify this as being hit. Now it didn't come to the true pivot itself. However, as long as it tags it, we consider it to be hit, and then we look at direction from there. So as of right now, you know, it is bullish on the monthly pattern, trying to push up. Now it will try to make its way to the previous month high, and then the monthly R1. Now if it gets to the monthly R1, I believe that is the all-time high, or it'll create an all-time high, or at least to the 0.5, which would be that 75,000 range. And then as of right now in the monthly, we are bullish until we come back into this monthly range. And then if we do break below that monthly range at the 66.2, then we'd be looking at coming back to the monthly S1 or into this range acting as support. So that's kind of the levels we're looking at for this month. And we'll see how it all plays out. We have that bullish momentum behind us with the double top at 73.4, and then the all-time high. To break the all-time high, everyone will get bullish, and then they could do their liquidity sweep and then continue to that downward direction, or we just continue to pump and try to get to the 100,000 that everybody wants. So that's all I got, guys. Hope you enjoyed the analysis. Hit the like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Visit unRekt.me and download our free powerful indicators. And join our community of traders in our Discord server and get full access to the Machine Suite Indicators, the Nexus Suite Indicators, and the Nexus Screener.